So what we're going to do in a moment is I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to demo it to you. You don't have to do anything but watch. And then I'm going to coach you through it yourself. So don't worry about, oh, what did he do? What, blah, blah. Let me show you it. Then I'm going to coach you through it, all right? So you've tried consciously to fix this issue with alcohol many times, right? You've talked to people about it, counselors, rehabs. You've tried a lot of methods. True or false?
True. Very
and
true.
Is it fair to say up to this point it hasn't worked because you're here and you're still drinking?
Exactly.
So only an idiot would keep pushing a door that you need to pull. Not that you're an idiot, but respectfully, consciously, you've tried consciously, intellectually to fix this and it hasn't worked out so well. So it would make absolutely no sense to keep going down the same path that hasn't worked, thinking, well, maybe this time it will work. No, it hasn't. You've given it about 20 or 25 some odd years and it hasn't worked. So in a moment, I'm going to speak to your unconscious mind. Some people call it the subconscious mind, the monkey mind, the primal mind, the part of the mind that's responsible for beating the heart, for breathing into your lungs, for all of your patterns, for all of your behaviors, for all of your movements. I'm going to speak to that part of the mind because that's the part that controls all the emotions, all the traumas, the pattern called addiction and drinking for you. And it's going to speak to me. And it's going to speak to me through body movement. So in a few moments, not just yet, but in a few moments, I'm going to get, are you right or left-handed, by the way?
I'm right-handed.
Beautiful. So in a moment, not just yet, but in a moment, I'm going to get you to get your left hand and arm. And I'm going to get you to make sure that your elbow is supported either on the chair or on your leg. So it's actually supported on something. And I'm going to have your hands, it's going to look like a swan or a cobra. So from the side, I'm going to get you to relax your hand. So this is me not relaxing my hand. See this tension? Here's me just relaxing that hand down. So it kind of looks like a swan head, or better, a cobra. And it's going to be facing me like so. You don't have to do it right now. I'm going to walk you through it. Just watch it right now. I love that you're eager though. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to not help me, not to play along, not to make this happen consciously, because we know if you could consciously fix this now, not that you're broken, but for want of a better metaphor, you would have done it by now. I'm going to ask that hand, that left hand, to twitch a finger, to twitch a thumb, all by itself. Now you'll be aware of it, you might see it, but I don't want you to consciously do it. But equally, I don't want you to prevent it from happening. Just let it happen or let it not happen. It doesn't matter, but you don't have to do anything. I'm faking this just for the sake of time. Your finger, a thumb will twitch. This is obviously fake, but you can't fake real twitch. Once that's done, I'm then going to ask your unconscious to take control of your left hand, your left arm, all the muscles, tendons in between. I'm going to ask for it to twist, turn, pivot, rotate that hand all the way to your face without you doing it deliberately. Now, you can watch it if you want, but if you think you're going to get in your own way, you can close your eyes. Once it's done that, I'm going to ask your unconscious to wave, give you a sign it's okay, it's safe. Typically, it might be a wave like that. Again, I'm deliberately doing it now. You won't. You're going to let it happen by itself. It'll be a little wave like that. And at the end, I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to, again, keep control, possession of your hand, your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, your skeletal system, and twist, pivot, rotate that hand all the way back to the start. Your only job here, the only thing you have to do is just allow it to happen. Don't play along and consciously try and make it happen, but equally don't prevent it from happening. Just allow it to happen. What's your job?
Just to allow it to happen.
That's right. So one of three things is about to happen, Scotty. We get the twitch, we get the turn, we get the wave, we get the turn back. Excellent. I've learned how your mind works. Number two, it doesn't twitch, but you feel it twitch. It doesn't turn, but you feel it turn. It doesn't wave, but you feel it wave. It doesn't turn back, but you feel it turn back. Guess what? Excellent. I've learned a little bit better how your mind works. Or number three, there's no twitch, there's no turn, there's no wave, there's no turn back, and you don't feel it. Guess what? Excellent. I've learned a little bit more about how your mind works. You ready?
Yes, Luke.
So I want you to get your left hand, your left arm, plug that elbow into something sort of sturdy. And then just completely relax that hand so your fingertips are facing me. There's no tension. So not like this, like that. And have those fingers facing me. View, that's great. Great. And Scotty, in a moment, if it's okay with you, respectfully, I don't need to be rude or anything, but I'm going to ignore you. And I'm going to specifically be speaking to your hand. It's going to be a bit weird and strange, I know. From time to time, I'm going to check in with you. I'm going to say, Scott, are you okay? Are you all right if we continue? And you're going to tell me, you'll be able to communicate with me. But for now, if it's okay with you, I'm going to be a bit rude and ignore you and speak to your hand. Is that okay with you?
Yes,
Excellent.
absolutely.
And I want you just to make sure that those fingers, even though your hand's starting to turn by itself, right now, that's right. So what is it? Have those fingers facing me to begin with. Beautiful. I'm speaking to you now, Scotty's unconscious mind. I want you to take control of that left hand, that left forearm, that left shoulder, that left bicep and tricep. That's right. Take control of all the muscles, the skeletal system in between. And once you've done that, give me a signal and give Scotty a signal by twitching one of his fingers completely unconsciously outside of his conscious awareness. That's right. Scotty, did you feel that?
My index finger.
Your index finger, lovely. So what I'm going to get, and you can still stay in this light form of hypnosis now, I'm just going to get you maybe to adjust your camera a little bit so I can see your fingertips a bit clearer. Or make your hand just a little bit higher, just so I can see, like you can see my hand here, I can see about that much of it. That would be great. I want to make sure I don't miss a thing. Beautiful, lovely. And respectfully, are you okay if we continue?
Absolutely.
I'm going to ignore you now anyway. Speak with your hand. Great. Speaking to Scotty's unconscious mind now. Take full possession, full control of that hand, that wrist, those tendons, those ligaments. And I want you to slowly, that's right, twist, turn, rotate, pivot that hand, that wrist, those fingertips, all the way around till you're facing Scotty's face. That's right. Take possession now of more of the tendons, more of the ligaments. That's right. More of the muscles, and start to twist it in jerky motions all the way around now, even quicker than that, until you're facing Scotty's face totally and completely. That's right. You're very powerful. You're the part of the mind that beats the lungs. You're the part of the mind that keeps Scotty breathing when he sleeps. Because if he slept, if he breathed consciously, he'd go to sleep every night and he'd be dead by now. But luckily, you keep him breathing when he's sleeping. That's right, all the way around. Twisting, turning, pivoting, rotating, all the way around now. So if you can do that, you can sure as heck now, and I know you can do it. Bring that hand all the way around. That's right. Very, very good. Scotty, I'm speaking to you now. Can you hear me? Are you doing this to play along and make me happy? Are you playing along right now and just deliberately doing this? No. Honestly?
Honestly.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Keep doing what you're doing. Nothing. Let's allow it to happen. You're doing great, by the way. Scotty's unconscious and speaking to you. I want to thank you, by the way. I want to thank you for opening up this line of communication between you and I and Scotty today. I know you've got a lot of things to do, and I appreciate you taking the time out to communicate. I don't take this for granted, and I appreciate it. And I respect you. And listen, I know you're the part of the mind, the part of the body that controls everything. I know you're the part that controls his heart, that controls his breathing, all of his thoughts, all of his feelings, his body movement, digestion, the endocrine system, all of his patterns, all of his beliefs, all of his emotions, all of his memories. I know how powerful you are. So thank you for gracing us with your presence today. And I just wondered if it would be okay for you just to put Scotty's mind at ease and show him that you're there to help. You're here to help. You're on the same side. And just wave. Give him a little wave to let him know everything's going to be okay. Scotty, did you do that deliberately to make me happy, to play along here? Honestly?
No, but it kind of, it was sort of it was kind of strange.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was very strange.
You're doing great, by the way. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just allow it to happen. I'm going to ignore you a bit more now. Scotty's unconscious mind. Thank you so much for putting Scotty's mind at ease and showing him you're here in peace. Not that you're an alien or anything, but sometimes it can feel like you're an alien because maybe he's never spoken to you before. But again, I really appreciate speaking with you. I wonder now if you can keep control, keep possession of that hand, that wrist, those tendons, those fingers, that muscular system, and start to pivot, turn, rotate, twist that hand all the way back to the start position. So it's facing me, it's facing that camera. That's right. Very good. Scotty, how you doing? You doing all right?
Yeah.
And now you're not hypnotized, are you?
No, I don't think so.
So what does it feel like, this hand twitching and moving, honestly?
The wave got me. The wave got me.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. It's weird. It's weird but beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the wave was something else. I didn't expect that.
Cool. So Scott, if I could get you just to adjust your camera again or your hand, just so I can see it, see your fingertips and so forth in the camera, because I can only see your index finger. Beautiful, lovely. And I'm going to respectfully ignore you. Are you okay if we continue, by the way?
Yeah, please.
Cool. Good. Close your eyes. Keep your hand where it is. Scotty's unconscious mind now. Speaking to you again now. I want to thank you for communicating again, and I really do appreciate it. I don't want you to think I've taken you for granted in any way, shape, or form. Thanks for being here today. And I just want to have a chat with you today, and I just want to understand you a bit more. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and they're just going to require yes or no answers. So I want to make sure that I'm communicating with you directly. If I were to ask you a question, Scotty's unconscious, and the answer was yes, how would you show me yes? Which finger would you twitch or thumb, or how would you rotate or twist the hand? Show me how you would tell me the answer is yes to something. That little finger. Did you feel that, Scotty? That was your little finger coming up. Did you raise that deliberately? Just
no. It
right.
just no.
You're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. Absolutely nothing. So thank you, Scotty's unconscious for. So we know the yes is raising the little finger. Very much appreciate it. Now the next thing I need to know is if I'm asking you a question and the answer is no, it's truly no, N-O. How would you signal to me that the answer is no, so I wouldn't get confused? How would you show me the answer is no? What finger would you twitch? How would you rotate the wrist or the hand? How would you show me no? Answer no. Index finger just twitched, didn't there? Did you feel that, Scotty?
I did,
Excellent.
yep.
Well, did you feel the index finger as well? It's a very small movement, but that's good. Great.
Yeah, I felt it here for sure.
I'm just going to get you again to just adjust that camera if you can, or your hand. So I just want to make sure it keeps dropping a little bit. So just, whether it's your hand adjust or the camera, just so I can see this much at all times. That's beautiful. I'm going to respectfully ignore you right now. Scotty's unconscious mind. Thank you so very, very much. You've communicated that your answer yes is a twitch of the little finger, and the answer no is a raising, the twitching of the index finger. Thank you so very much. Scotty's unconscious mind. Is it okay if me and you have a chat right now? Yes or no? Thank you. Thank you very, very much. It is okay. Scotty has told me that he's having some issues, or had some issues around alcohol. Is it okay if we have a little chat? Thank you so much. Did you feel that, Scotty?
Yeah.
Are you doing that to be a people pleaser and make me happy? Is it because you think I just...
No,
honestly?
not at all.
Cool.
Absolutely.
You're doing exactly what you should be doing. Just allow it. Great. So Scotty's unconscious mind, again, I really do appreciate you opening up and opening up this line of communication with us today. And I do hope that we become friends and we're going to communicate more, me and you and Scotty. The reason that you've caused Scotty to drink so much over the last some odd years, does that pattern, I'm just curious, I don't know, but is that pattern, is that addiction, is that behavior, does that have anything to do with protecting Scotty on some level, yes or no? It's a very small lift of your little finger. Do you feel that? Did you feel that, Scotty?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's sort of hovering. Like it just kind of feels like it's, I don't know, it sort of, I don't know, it wants to move, but I don't know if
it moved. It did perfectly. You're doing great. Thank you. I'm going to respectfully ignore you now and speak to your unconscious. It's great. And the good thing about it is you can fake finger moves all day. You can't fake a twitch. Trust me, I've tried. I'm a weird kind of guy with a lot of time in his hand. You can't fake a twitch if it's possible. Thank you. Scotty's unconscious mind. Thank you so very much. Is there I'm just curious. I'm not asking you to do anything. Scotty's unconscious. I'm just asking a question. That's all, just to understand you a bit more. Is there another way that you can allow Scotty to feel safe and protected that has nothing to do with drinking and nothing to do with any other kind of addiction whatsoever? Yes or no? Did you feel that, Scotty?
no.
Okay. It's a little hovering of your little finger. That's fine. It's a small movement. That's fine. You're doing great. So I wonder now, Scotty's unconscious mind, if you could go ahead and do the work on the inside, if you could go ahead and do the work on the inside, just like Scotty doesn't have to consciously tell you to breathe, you breathe for him. Just like he doesn't have to consciously tell you to digest his food or send hormones through the body when he needs to have more strength or more speed. You just do it because you're in control. And in the way that you do stuff below the surface the whole time, go ahead now, do whatever you need to do. Scotty's unconscious on the inside now to resolve those issues now. To allow any of the reason, any of the issues that cause him to drink to be resolved now. Take all the time you need to do that now. And when you're done, when you've cleared it, honestly, just give me the yes signal. That's right. Scotty, did you feel that?
I did, yeah.
What did you feel?
It's still like it still wants to pull up more.
That's great. You're doing perfectly. Keep doing what you're doing. Nothing. Just allow it to happen. Scotty's unconscious mind. Between now and the next week, when me and Scotty do another session, can you turn down, dial down, lever down all of the triggers, any and all triggers that in the past had everything to do with Scotty drinking, whether they be people, places, shocks, memories, patterns, whatever they are, you're in control. Could you just dial it all the way down, all those triggers now, just for the next week? Could you, just merely could you do that, yes or no? No, thank you, thank you. Scotty, did you feel that?
Yeah.
That's interesting because a lot of people will go, oh, he's playing along, he's playing along. But if he's playing along, he wouldn't have lifted up his nose finger to doing the work there. So thank you. That's great. That's great. Thank you. You keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Do nothing. Just allow it to communicate to me directly. You're doing perfect. Thank you, Scotty's unconscious mind, for communicating. And listen, understand, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not even asking you to do it. I'm just asking if it's possible, if it's just merely possible that it could happen, yes or no? And Scott is unconscious. I just want you to make sure that that signal is big enough, but authentic enough that you're controlling it, that I can see it clearly and Scotty can feel it clearly. So make those movements bigger, but let it be an automatic movement below the conscious awareness. Just let me know if you can do that. Yes or no. Thank you. Scotty's unconscious mind now. Again, I'm going to ask that question again. I'm not asking you to do this, right? I'm not asking you to do it. I'm just asking if the mere possibility of dialing down those triggers, if there's a possibility that you could do it if you chose to do it. Could you do it if you chose to do it? Yes or no? No. Okay. Thank you so very, very much. Now, is it? I'm just curious. Is it a no? You don't want to do it, or a no? You can't do it. So I'm going to ask: is it a no? You just don't want to do it? No. Is it a no? You don't think you can't do it? Okay. Thank you so much. So the interesting thing is, in the same way that you created this problem on some level, you can also uncreate it. In the same way that I know how powerful you are. You've kept Scotty alive for 38 years. If he had to think about every meal that he had and the digestive process from as soon as he takes a bite of food, what has to happen until it comes out the other end? There's a certain amount of complicated, complex secretions of body digestion, hormones, and digestive fluid that happens. Many, many steps. If Scotty had to focus on that consciously, he'd only have a couple of bites of food a day because it would take all day to think about, oh, I'm going to release this digestive enzyme and I'm going to pass that piece of food down this valve. But luckily, Scotty just says he's hungry, takes a bite of food, and eventually you digest it and it comes out the other end. You do complex things all the time. You control all of these movements, all of these feelings, all of these patterns, all of these memories. Don't pretend with me. I know. I see you. I see you. I know how powerful you are. So, I'd like for that part, the part that doesn't believe that it can turn down these triggers, cravings, or urges. I'd like for a stronger part, a parental part, inside Scotty to come forward now. I'd like for that parental part, that good part. Some people might call it a God part, a religious part. It may be a parent, but a part that's stronger, but in the form of goodness and positivity. A stronger part that has your back to come forward now. Take possession of that hand now. And I'd like for that part to heal the part that it doesn't believe can dial down these triggers. And I'd like for that bigger, stronger parental part to heal the part that doesn't believe it can dial it down now. To heal it now, totally and completely. Heal it now. And once that stronger part, that bigger part, has healed that part that didn't believe up until now, it could dial down your triggers. Just give me the yes signal and let me know when that's done, when that part's healed. Thank you. And parental part, I'm going to call you parental part, but all that means is you're a part that just represents total goodness, strong, more be a mentor, a very good part. It doesn't have to be a parent, just a name for it. I want to now, if that part, that parental part, that stronger part, if it had a name, what name would it be? It comes out of your mouth right now. First word, first name comes out of your mouth.
Bob.
Bob. Excellent. So Bob, if I need your help at any point in this process, I'm just going to call you Bob. Is that okay, Bob? And you can give me the yes, no signal with your hand. Very good. Thank you, Bob. Bob, please go back to whatever you were doing. I may call upon you a little bit later on. I want to now return it to the part now that has control of everything in Scotty's body. Now that you've been healed totally and completely, and if there's more healing that needs to go on, it will go on now. It will go on as you sleep tonight, healing you. But now do you have the ability to dial down those cravings? Though, thank you. That's right, you do. Bob's a good friend. Thanks, Bob. So go ahead now, dial down all the urges, all the triggers, all the memories, all the feelings, all the sensations from the past, the present, and the future. Dial them down now to a 0 now. All of them now. Take all the time you need to dial it down, all the triggers now. Unplug them, switch them off, dial them down, take the lever, do it all now. Take all the time you need to do that now, every last one, even that hidden one, that little backdoor one that's going to try and stay up, dial that one down as well now. Take all the time you need to do that now, and honestly, truly, when that's done, take it as much time as you want to do that now. When that's done, let me know with the yes signal. Very good. Very good. Again, I really appreciate you, Scotty's unconscious mind, working with me and Scotty here today. Listen, I know you're in control. I'm asking you to do things, and it's completely up to you whether you do them or not. Just merely suggesting. That's all I can do is suggest. But I don't want you to ever promise me, or more importantly, I don't want you to ever promise Scotty something that you have no intention of delivering, but you're just promising because you want to make us happy. I only want you to promise to do things that you're actually going to do. Is that clear with you, yes or no? Thank you. And I really appreciate this. I really appreciate us chatting here today and hopefully becoming friends and setting up this through line between you and I, this line between you and Scotty. I very much appreciate that. I really do. I really mean that. So what I want you to do now that you've dialed them all down to 0 now, I want you to lock them, glue them, stick them in place. Imagine you're at a TV studio, a radio studio, and there's those panels, there's those boards that represent the motherboards, the switchboards that represent all the sounds, all the visions, switches, buttons, faders, dials, knobs. And whatever you've dialed down, switched down, levered down, switched off, unplugged, those triggers gone now. Whatever you've done, make sure that they're glued, locked, stuck, bolted in place so they can never go up again. Glue them, stick them, bolt them in place at a 0 now so they could never go up again. Maybe you use super glue, maybe you use crazy glue, maybe you use bubble gum. You ever try to get bubble gum off of your trousers if you're in the cinema or a bus and you stuck down and it gets in there, you try and rip it, it never comes out. Do whatever you need to do. The only limitation is your imagination now to lock, glue, stick, bolt those levers, buttons, switch, knobs at a 0 now. That's right. There's a eyelids flitter as you do those searches inside and as you allow that work to happen now. And once they've all been locked, glued, stuck, bolted in place, now take that as a sign. Let me know the yes when that's done. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And will you agree now that over the next week or until me and Scotty do our next session, do you agree to allow Scotty to have the best week possible, devoid of any of those old feelings, allowing him to start to feel a little bit more love, replacing the old thing that used to be there that's gone and kind of remember what it was now? Yes or no? Thank you. Very, very good. Very, very good. Scotty's unconscious mind. I very much, again, really, really do appreciate speaking with you here today. And look forward to speaking with you more in the coming weeks and the work that we're doing. And again, thank you for taking the time. I have utmost respect for you. I know that you are truly running the show. So thank you for allowing me to have some time and communicate with me today, because I know you're a busy man. So what I want you to do now, Scotty's unconscious mind, is when this work is done for today, setting Scotty's week up in the way that he wants, allowing him to be free until we next talk, feeling amazing, feeling great. Then, and only then, allow that hand and arm to drift all the way down to Scotty's lap. And when that hand, those fingers touches the lap or the chair, Scotty will come back online. With all these changes locked, glued, stuck in place, that Scotty will be back, terminating the trance for today, ready to enjoy the rest of his day. When that hand eventually drops, that's your sign and signal that the work is done for today. It is done. Scotty can go about his day doing whatever he needs to do and enjoying it with more love than he's ever had before, allowing himself to feel it. That's right. Take all the time he needs to process now. That's right. And when you've come back online and all this work's done, then and only then, you're going to open your eyes, feeling like brand new, but you're in no rush.
Whew.
How's that, brother?
It was relaxing.
How did that feel, like the twitching and turning? Because you know a lot of people are playing along with that, and they're not going to think it was real. Even though I've got other videos doing it, people are not going to think it's real.
The wave, it like that one got me, and then there was one of the questions, I can't remember which question it was, where I could feel it, like one wanted to come up, one, like the no would want to come up, but then there would be the other one that would sort of just go up, and
okay.
I could feel them sort of like fighting between each other.
Because that's what it's like for you inside, right? It's been a battle up to this point. Unconsciously, subconsciously, you want to drink. You did, didn't you? But then consciously, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want love. I want free. So it's a battle.
Yeah, and then it was just, and then it became. I was listening to your words, but I was putting my focus on, like, I just sort of got lost there for a second, where I was really wanting me to know what it was looking to do, and it was honestly like a fight between them, and yeah, it was really neat. It was really neat. The wave by far was the biggest flip out for me. That was. So
close your eyes. Proof of the pudding is in the tasting. That's right. All right, close your eyes. It's been at least 3 days. You were a 10 when you came in today. As you think about drinking now, it's been a week filled with anniversaries. Father passing away 5 years ago. Just come out of rehab. Well, you started drinking again after rehab. 16 days of that. Day or so later. But realizing now you haven't drank for 3 days, and even though you can think before, but that thought becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, going behind you, black and white, shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. The more it comes, the smaller and less significant it becomes. Now gone. But there's one last time as you think about it now, honestly, where's the urge, the craving, the want, the desire to drink now? 0 to 10, honestly.
0.
Well, don't sound too happy about it. I can give you it back if you want. Do you want it back?
No, I was actually quite surprised.
I can put it right back if you want.
No, keep it. Keep it. You know, I was very surprised. It was the 0. Very surprised.
So we're gonna put a time in the diary probably for next week. Say that again.
Yeah, no, I was just quite surprised. It was yeah.
I'm going to send you an email later on today. Basically, all I want you to do over the next week is I want you to do that tapping process, minimum 5 times a day, but as much as you want. You saw how powerful, how quick it is. Use it. If you forget how it works, I release and let go, 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 bang, send you a video of it. And I want you to listen to, I've got 2 recordings. I'm going to send you lots of recordings, but the 2 that are of utmost importance to listen to is one is called Orange Liquid or Antivirus for the Mind. It's only 15 minutes long, and you just close your eyes whenever you can be uninterrupted, not operating cars or machineries for a good 15 minutes, and it works like an antivirus for the mind, for the body. So any negative suggestions, traumas, viruses, mind viruses you picked up in the day, it will nuke them, put them into quarantine, it will delete them. So I want you to do that. And there's another recording, it's a bit longer, it's about 45 minutes long, and it's called self-esteem. And I want you to listen to that ideally every day, but at least 3 times a week. Antivirus every day. And if you say, look, I've got no time, you can listen to it when you go to sleep and it still works. But ideally it's before you go to sleep, or sometime in the day. Tapping, minimum 5, Orange Liquid, Antivirus every day. And a self-esteem, if you can listen to it every day, great. But if you want to have a break every other day and do it, you can as well. If you need anything between now and the time we're going to put in the diary in a minute, you just message me, let me know. Cool.
Okay.
Any questions about any of that stuff so far?
No, it's awesome, Luke, awesome.
Good stuff, buddy. So, hey, listen, how are you? I don't know, next Thursday, same Luke time, same Luke place, same Luke channel?
So far, so good.
Yeah, all right. So that'll be Thursday the 13th, 1 o'clock. And
that's the day after my birthday.
Yeah, because you're a Taurus. Your birthday's on the 12th, right? So mine's on Saturday.
Mine's the 14th.
Okay, it's the day before. It's the day before your birthday. The day after. All right.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Do you know what was interesting? That your daughter's called Brooklyn. I have no kids that I'm aware of, but if I did have, that's in the short list of names. This is curious. I didn't know that was her name. By the way, so that's cool. All right, buddy. So next Thursday, same week time, same week place, same week channel. If you need anything in the meantime, let me know. Otherwise, good shit, man.
Thanks, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll see you in a week. All right.
See you, Luke.
See you later. Always believe.
Cheerio.